Hi, we're here in Colorado Springs to celebrate my mom's 70th birthday. Some of you may remember this young couple here or have known them this many years ago when they looked like this. And while time has flown by, we're so grateful that each of us has been in Sandy's life. So we want to say happy birthday, Mom, and 70. I can't believe that she's 70.
70? Wow, that's old.
Sandy is 70?
70? Wow.
Really, 70? 70? You're finally catching up with me, Sandy.
While in fact, it's my mom Sandy's 70th birthday, we're gonna pause and we're gonna party like it's 1952.
Upon arrival, guests were handed a card, inviting them to tour various stations in the house to experience the sights, sounds, and tastes of Sandy's Swedish heritage. Daughter Sharon Jackson explains.
This station is a traditional fika tea room. It's tradition in the country of Sweden to have afternoon tea, and so here we can have Swedish tea and Swedish biscuits just like the Swedes do.
Hi, I'm Jalen.
And I'm McKenna.
And we're the granddaughters. What I like most about my grandma is probably how interested she is in every little aspect of my life and how I can just rant to her and tell her everything, and she will always listen to me and be there for me.
My grandma is amazing at worship and also has a beautiful voice. I remember when I was younger, me and her would worship for hours, and she would help me practice, so when I go to church and worship, I would know the songs by heart. Thank you for loving and caring for us for our 15 years of life.
You have and will always be an inspiration to us.
We love you, Grandma.
And now, here's some hit slang from 1952 to 1964, Sandy's growing up era.
Groovy. Let's jam. Hang loose. Going steady. Out of sight.
I wonder how many times Sandy has used those expressions.
No, I've never said that.
Don't touch that dial. We'll have more Sandy trivia in a moment.
Far out.
She's a very quiet lady most of the time, but I think if you get her going, she can take a conversation anywhere.
About a year ago, I was at a birthday party, and they asked her what her favorite restaurant was, and she said it was the Buck Snort Saloon. Sandy's kind of a partier and an instigator, so you got to watch out for her.
Sandy, thanks so much for being just a great mother-in-law. I always get to brag that we have no family drama and that you just make it super easy.
She is just so fun to hang out with, and she's so kind. I'm a rock climber, and one of the most fun things I've ever done with my grandmother is I got her to go climbing with me, and she actually made it to the top of the wall. What an accomplishment, Grandma.
This station is the Swedish Farmhouse Kitchen. Now, my mom was born in 1952 to second-generation Scandinavian parents on a dairy farm in central Minnesota. And so much of the food and just the festivities in this station today are based on the sorts of things she would have grown up with in a Swedish farmhouse kitchen.
And I think when we first met and I discovered that you were a pastor's wife, like I used to be, I really connected with you.
One of the things I love and appreciate about her is that we have a Bible study here in our neighborhood, and Sandy came and stepped in alongside me and has done such a wonderful job helping lead the women.
I learned so much, and watching you lead, I'm just privileged that I get to co-lead with you. I'm just grateful to you. I have the best neighbors around, and you and Ken, you outshine them all. Love you guys.
We always look forward to the encouragement of seeing you and Ken in the row at church and hearing about the week, and just getting to see your smiling faces makes the week for us.
Sandy, we love you. I love that you're a worshiper from the time coming in your home and playing the piano and leading in worship to a Sunday morning leading the church in worship. But my favorite is knowing that the Lord delights in you And I know that because I take great delight in you.
You guys have cared so well for people that you know, whether it's your neighbors, family, or friends. We are so thankful for you in this season and just want to say the best happy birthday.
You guys are just so important to us and such a blessing in this season.
Sandy, we are so delighted for your 70th birthday and to be here and have so much fun here at your house with all the different stations. Thank you for sharing your life with us and with so many others.
This station is the coffee cottage, or kaffestuga in Swedish. Now, my grandfather, my mom's dad, Enoch Leaf, was a dairy farmer who woke up before dawn every morning to milk the cows and never went a day without his coffee, black with 2 sugar cubes. And my grandma, Myra, she baked fresh bread and desserts every single day. So this station is really an homage to them. Kaffestuga Coffee Cottage.
And now, some hit TV shows from 1952 to 1964, Sandy's growing up era. Bonanza.
My 3 sons. My 3 sons? What kind of show is that?
The Andy Griffith Show.
The Red Skelton Show.
And last but not least, Hogan's Heroes. A series Sandy absolutely loves to this day. She's watched through the complete series of Hogan's Heroes many times.
Hello, Sandy. Santa Mac here. It's been an honor being your neighbor. I've been checking my list and checking it twice and found out that everything over here is more than nice. Merry Christmas. And from Sweden, Compton says hello.
Okay, first of all, Grandma, I'm sorry, but the funniest thing you've ever done is when my cousin Malachi just fell in the snow right before a concert just because we were having fun. And you were like, no, we're going to a concert. And that's okay, but me and Malachi just found that really, really funny.
You know, one of the things that really stands out to me about Sandy is that she listens very patiently and very quietly, and she takes her time to respond. That's a skill that I think is increasingly just disappearing in our world, and I really appreciate that about Sandy.
Something I've really appreciated about Sandy is just her interest in my life, and she's always interested in our girls and the difficulties they're facing, and she's been very understanding and supportive.
Welcome to the Kona Soda Candy Shop.
Thanks, Xavier. This station is a shout out to the 1950s. And when Sandy, my mom, was a little girl, one of her favorite things to do on a Sunday afternoon was to take drives with her family. And they would usually end up at the local Dairy Queen, or they would head to the local drugstore where there was a candy shop and a soda fountain. So this is just a reminder of those memories from the 1950s.
And making old-fashioned floats were none other than granddaughters Jalen and McKenna. Some guests even gave them a tip.
I'm tipping our hostesses for the fine service and the well-to-do, and I got to do $2 because that gives them $1 each. Because somebody's so cheap they put 2 pennies in there. And I don't want to name any names, but
Wow, we got a tip. What do you think about that? I am just so honored, and I feel so respected. And my hard work has really paid off.
Our hard work really paid off.
So
Happy birthday, Grandma!
Don't you love your brothers?
No.
These here are my grandma and grandpa's favorite toys from the 1950s.
Thing I think of as far as just my formation and how she just taught both Sharon and I to serve the Lord, and I just so appreciate that about her.
Welcome to Alaska!
This station is the Last Frontier, or Alaska. Now, my mom, Sandy, has served alongside my dad for over 50 years, pastoring churches all over the country. And one of the more recent places where my mom and dad pastored was in Fairbanks, Alaska, where they enjoyed the midnight summer sun and somehow made it through all of those long winters. So this station is in honor of that season in their life.
One of my fondest memories with Sandy is back when we were both in Fairbanks in 2013. Sandy crocheting and my knitting, we knitted and crocheted probably 80 baby hats for the Red Cross to distribute. That was so fun.
We knew Ken and Sandy in Fairbanks and worked with Sandy specifically on the worship team. It was always a great thing working with Sandy and just the sweet spirit that she had about serving the Lord.
You know, I've been a pastor for 25 years, and I don't know if I have met a more humble couple than Ken and Sandy. Happy birthday, Sandy, and we love you guys.
I think the best thing about Sandy as a mother-in-law and what I've appreciated the most is her missions heart. Her heart just to see people's lives change, to see them touched.
It has been such a blessing to know you now for, I think it's almost over 20 years.
We have a ministry in other parts of the world as missionaries, and on a few occasions, Ken and Sandy have gone with us to India and Nepal.
I'm just recalling us on motorbikes, rickshaws. I'm recalling us climbing the Himalayan mountains.
So we've been with them through thick and thin over the years, and they are truly wonderful and great friends of ours.
All right, this station is the International Roadside Stop. Now, I heard a story from my mom's childhood. Every year, when she was young, her family would take one vacation day a year and get away from the farm and go to the Minnesota State Fair. And her favorite building to visit at the Minnesota State Fair was the International Building, where there were displays showing things from cultures all over the world. There was a seed God planted in her heart to one day be a world traveler. And in the last 20 years, she has seen that seed come to fruition. As she and my dad have traveled to over 20 countries, having an opportunity to advance the gospel through storytelling and seeing precious, amazing, unreached people groups come to faith in Jesus. And so this roadside station, this international station, is really in honor of that's an important part of my mom's life.
We loved going to India and Nepal with you all, and it was such a gift to join you, Sandy, in storytelling. And you had such a vibrancy about you. You just came alive in storytelling, and I've always loved being a part of our storytelling groups together.
My mom has impacted our family so much.
So thanks for being such a great, godly grandma for our kids.
I know that probably the number one thing that she has done, is doing, and will do for us is covering us with prayer.
Thanks for raising such an amazing son, and we love you, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sandy. Enjoy your 70th birthday.
Love you, Sandy. You're such a sweetheart.
Happy birthday, Sandy.
You were my neighbor, and now you're my sweet dear friend, and I'm wishing you a very happy birthday.
We will have been married now almost 49 years, and the gift that she is just unsurpassed. As it says in Proverbs 31, there are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. And that's what I would say to her. I love you, honey, and I am so delighted that we had a chance today to celebrate you in the way that we have.
A new decade is just a feeling of gratefulness that I am entering another decade, and God has blessed me so abundantly that I just want to make the most of it. I want to follow God's call for me, whatever that means. It might look different tomorrow than it did yesterday, but coming into a new decade, I would just say I'm thankful.
Yeah, words of wisdom, keep being young, keep having fun. So you've served faithfully for so many years now. Enjoy life, and yeah, let us pick up the baton and finish it.
Sandy, keep up the good work, because you're doing a great job for the Lord.
The heart behind today and celebrating Sandy is a verse from Proverbs 31. So I just want to close with these words. It says this: "A woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. Reward her for all she has done. Let her deeds publicly declare her praise." Mom, happy birthday. We love you.
Grandma, I love you.
Happy 70th birthday, Grandma. I love you.
We love you, Grandma. Quiet on set.
Hey, will you keep it down over there? Hey, what kind of noise you making?
These here are the toys that my grandma and grandpa love to hang to.
We're the granddaughters.
Yes, I'm Jalen.
And I'm McKenna.
Okay, that was so awkward.
First of all, one of the I messed up.
My grandma has okay.
Welcome. I wanted to say welcome to Alaska, and then I just said welcome.
If you don't know my grandma's voice, okay, that sounds stupid.
Welcome to the Kona Soda. Welcome to the Kona Soda candy shop.
Thank you for
Thank you for all the time we've spent with you.
Well,
you are an inspiration to us.
No.
And we,
What was I supposed to say?
you say you are an inspiration. Blah, 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 blah. The music was throwing me off. Keep the door closed.
Wait, this is hard to get the timing right.
Yeah, it's
Welcome to